We did was the board last year created a citizens budget committee, and we appointed people from throughout the county, and not necessarily all of them friendly to the county, to come in and to ask every question that they wanted to ask. They'd have presentations from all of the elected officials from all the departments. They're delving into the budget, and they'll be coming back and making recommendations to the board of commissioners and to the public. And I think the reason that that's important is because people expect us to stand up and say, there's a problem, you got to give us more money or whatever. I think there's more credibility if citizens have done that homework and they stand up and they say, you know, the county's doing a pretty good job, or gee, there's some things that the county can fix, and probably both of those are true. And at some point, you know, what we've asked them is not only tell us how to balance the budget, but really look at the long-term issue for the county, and you know, how we resolve this issue of the balance between the public's expectations and our ability to fund them. The other complicating piece for us is, as we look at annexations, the potential incorporation of Silverdale, then it means that it really has a profound influence on what the county looks longer term, and those are some of the other pieces we've got to look at. So the budget committee, I think, is going to be making some recommendations to the board yet this spring that we'll use as we go into the next budget. Yeah, Jim Summerhauser is a member of it, and I saw it. Is this spring, Jim?
Next month.
Next month, okay, great. So then the other thing that we've been working on before the recession hit is that I think before you go and you talk to people about options, you've really got to assure them that you're being as effective and efficient as you can. So we've worked on things like our performance indicators and our program budget, and we're really working with the elected officials and the departments to see that we maximize the efficiency, and we can look people straight in the eye and say, we're spending every dollar that you give us as wisely and prudently as possible. The other thing that's a big issue for us, if we're ever going to conform to the revenue stream, is we're going to have to look at our personnel-related costs. That's the single biggest driver in the budget, healthcare, personnel-related costs. That'll be a major culture change in the organization. It'll be a major discussion among all of us, the elected officials, the board, and the unions longer term about what that relationship looks like and how we continue to provide services to the public. At the end of the day, I think when we've done all of those, and let me make it real clear, this is me talking, not the board, I think we're going to be looking at some other kinds of revenues. Now, I don't think because of the recession we're going to be looking there for, you know, several years. We might have been there in a couple of years if it hadn't been there. We've gone, Josh has been, I think, provided great leadership to the Washington Association of Counties, and on behalf of Kitsap County, going to the legislature advocating for some other revenue sources for the county. One of them that I think makes a lot of sense is the utility tax. It's the same thing that the cities use and would allow us to provide more funding for services in the unincorporated areas. So that's one possibility. One of them obviously is some kind of property tax override or increase longer term, and the third is potentially some kind of dedicated sales tax to one or more of the services that the county provides. Again, I will underscore, while I think we could have had that discussion with the public in a couple of years, I think that's pushed off considerably now because of the recession, which really leaves us at the end of the day, I think, you know, really looking at things that we can cut, but it also means a gradual deterioration of services until we can get some balance between the revenues and the expenditures. So that's a little of the background in terms of how the county got here. You know, there are always opportunities. There's never been an organization that you can't make better, but I think at the bottom of it, it's really, if you look at what's happened historically, 1% property tax limit is the thing that has really put the county in the situation that it's in, that we've got to try and find some solutions to get out of it. So let me introduce Sean Gabriel. He came to us last fall. He was the assistant city manager of North Miami Beach. There we go. This Florida stuff, I don't know. And then prior to that was, I think, the deputy director of their public utilities department. He's got a lot of experience in management, a lot of experience in financial management. He's doing a great job for us. He walked into a budget in its late stages just as the recession hit, and there are probably days when he wonders what he's gotten himself into, but we're very pleased that he's here as the new director of the Department of Administrative Services, and he'll talk a little more about specifics on the county budget.